Today I'm going to be doing an r/entitled parents. This first one is called entitled mother almost run my mom and I over because her kid needs to use the restroom. A bit of background. This happened around 7 to 8 years ago when I was 11. My mom and I went to Costco. The parking lot is pretty big, so there's plenty of space for everyone. EM entitled mother, EK entitled kid, JP guy in Jeep. I'm gonna call him Jeep guy instead, because that makes way more sense. As my mom and I exited our car and started walking through the parking lot to the Costco, we noticed a car was pulling out of a spot. This spot was right in front, and we had parked a row back. A Jeep was patiently waiting for the spot, and my mother and I were waiting off to the side. As the car left the spot, the JP started to pull in. My mom and I continued walking until we were right behind the parking lot. A large SUV came out of nowhere and barreled into the spot, making my mom pull me to the side. The SUV came extremely close to the JP that had already begun pulling in and had been waiting for almost a minute to park there. My mother, stunned by this action, looks to the JP, who just was shocked. My mother held my hand, and we waited behind EM's car for about a minute before she finally opened her door. EM's kid got out and walked right next to her. He looked about 13 to 14. My mom proceeded to walk straight up to her and call her out. I'm paraphrasing here. I don't remember this ordeal exactly. Mom, excuse me, but what the hell were you thinking? You stole this man's parking spot who had been waiting, and you almost ran me and my kid over. EM looks at my mom for a second before grabbing her kid and then gets an angry look on her face. I didn't steal his spot. He wasn't even there. JP pulls his car forward a bit and rolls down the window. Lady, I was sitting there for half a minute. I was already pulling in. Any second later, and you would have hit my car. Mom, you have no right to take something that someone was already waiting on and then be careless enough to run over another family. EM, well, excuse me. Entitled kid has got to go to the bathroom. She pulls him in front of her. EK crossing his legs. At this point, EM and EK start walking away. There wasn't much we could do, but my mom turned to the JP and apologized. He had to deal with it. JP drove off and found another spot while my mother and I went inside. We later came back out to see her car gone, although I highly doubt you went to Costco to let your son use the restroom. May just be me, but trying to find the restroom in a Costco is a journey. That's the first one. Oh, let's do this one. Now, this happened a few weeks ago, and when I came across this subreddit, I knew it was perfect. Now, near my house is an elementary school. I'm 12, but look older than I really am, and I had just gotten a brand new sketchbook. I really love art. Once I had gotten the new golden paper, I didn't want to waste any time to fill the first page with a landscape. The perfect opportunity came when my mom told me I should get out of the house to play at the park because she was going to have company over. My siblings were all off, either at friends' homes or at work, so I was left to myself. I have 3 cats, and I wanted to take the most playful one out to explore, since she loves to sniff random things and to eat grass. She's a 1.5 year old tabby, mostly white with some brown and black spots on her. So I picked up the adorable kitten, who was the youngest of the 3, and placed her in the full body harness and leash, and left, with her and my sketchbook inside my travel bag. P.S. Yes, my mom knew I was taking the cat, and no, she wasn't in the bag. I walked out the front door and start to walk down to the park. A few younger kids in my neighborhood asked to pet the cat, and I'm fairly acquainted with most kids in my neighborhood, and let them play with her for a bit because I feel comfortable with them doing so. Keyword, comfortable. I finished making my way to the park and sit down beside a tree and let the cat free of the leash. I have taken my cat Maisie to the park many times, so she knows the drill. She is allowed to roam the park as long as she stays within sight of me and doesn't approach other kids. Since I don't want to deal with that, I pull the book from my bag and start drawing the landscape in front of me and just being generally relaxed. Only about a half hour goes by when I hear footsteps behind me. Entitled parent, excuse me, but did you draw that? She points towards the sketchbook in my freaking hand, with pencil and other still touching the paper. In my mind, I'm thinking, no, I did not draw this piece. I was momentarily taken over by the art gods, and I am not actually capable of drawing. But out loud I say, yes, I did. Is there a problem? I say in the most polite way I can possible. Entitled parent, oh, no, no problem. It's just my daughter and I. She pointed to little girl staring a few feet behind her that I hadn't noticed until now, who seemed to be maybe 6 or 7. Entitled parent, it's just my daughter and I saw your drawing and thought it was very pretty. Me, well, thank you. Well, thank you. She cuts me off before I can finish. Entitled parent, do you think she could have it? Surely a talented artist such as you can just make another one. She gave me that smile that gave you that vibe of I don't care about your opinion, and just that overall bratty spoiled tone. Me, no miss, I'm sorry, but I have been working on this picture for a while now, and will be needing to get home soon. Maisie then walked next to me, pressing her head against my leg and signaled that she was ready to head home. The entitled parent didn't seem to like my answer, but she was now interested in Maisie. A little bit of info on her before I progress. I have emotional issues. I cry almost uncontrollably when I'm yelled at by almost anyone. I can sometimes go into uncontrollable fits of energy, which can result to long-lasting laughing fits, which they can result to migraines and sometimes even passing out. They last long enough. I can also tire myself out to the point of vomiting or where I can't even move. Most things can't calm me down when this happens, but Maisie can. She's not a registered emotional support animal, but I consider her one. Okay, back to the story. The woman turned her attention to Maisie, and her daughter lit up and ran over to me. The little girl almost started screeching with delight, which was also annoying me due to the fact that I wasn't used to the noise after the almost half hour of pure silence. The little girl asks to pet the cat, and Maisie could tell I was a little uncomfortable with this, and she sits closer to me. She was obviously uncomfortable as well. Me, no, sorry, sweetie. She doesn't really like other people, and I don't want her to potentially hurt you. This wasn't a complete lie. She doesn't like to be picked up by most people. It could possibly hurt her, but she does like to be pet. But I just wanted to head home at this point. The little girl backs off respectively. Sorry about that, but seemed a little sad. The mother then looks at me as if I had just murdered her dog and said this, entitled parent, don't talk to my daughter that way. She's an angel and loves animals. Plus, she's been doing so in school, and she deserves to pet your cat. Both I and the kid seemed very surprised about her response, and my stress level significantly increased. Tears start to form in my eyes, and I'm able to force them down due to Maisie. I sit there and start to stand up, and I place my book on the ground while holding Maisie. Me, fine, you can pet her, but please be gentle. The little girl seems happy, and the mother seems pleased with herself. Before the girl can finish her second stroke, the mother bent down and picked up my notebook. Me, hey, sorry, but that's mine, and I already told you I don't want to give away my drawing. The mother opens the book to the first page and was about to rip the picture out. Before I ripped the book from her hand, the sudden energy boost part of me suddenly kicks in, and due to the situation, I don't start laughing uncontrollably. I just get filled with confidence and tell parent, how dare you? I just wanted the simple drawing for my daughter. She deserves it more than you do. We both get caught off guard again, and I flinch back. I quickly shove the book into my bag and pull the cat away from the kid. This just angers the mom more because now the girl's upset again. And tell parent, I thought I told you that my daughter could play with the cat if she wanted to. You're just a selfish teenager who is spoiled and good for nothing. Me, miss, it's my cat, not your daughter's. She is not comfortable with your kid touching her. And I'm going to leave now because I need to get home. It's starting to get dark. I quickly try to escape, but I'm stopped again. Until parent stops in front of me and grabs my cat. Hey, don't do that. Maisie screams and scratches her to get away from her because entitled parent is holding her in a weird way and she didn't want to be held by her. Entitled parent, what the hell? Your feral cat scratched me and probably gave me some disease. I pick up poor Maisie, who was obviously traumatized, and tried to get some distance between the crazy woman and I. The woman holds her arm in pain as if I had just attacked her with an acid and says this in a calm voice. Entitled parent, well then, if you aren't going to give us your book or cat after we earned it, then you should draw something else for my daughter. Look at her. Me. Sure, I guess my commission prices she cuts me off again. Entitled parent, no, I'm not paying for anything. You owe us this after being so rude. Me, sorry miss, but if you won't pay for anything, then I won't give you anything. She starts to go ballistic again, but I sprint out of there as fast as possible, taking the back way home just in case she were following me. I arrived home out of breath and about to pass out due to my crappy lungs. Sorry, that's not a laughing matter, but That part's funny. Like, the crappy lungs, that's funny. But all the other stuff. My mom looks at me. Mom, hi. Oh, hi, honey. I was just about to text you to tell you it was time to come home. She gives me a sweet smile. Is everything alright? Me? Yeah, I'm fine. I walked up to my room and just burst into tears, while laughing at the same time. I eventually passed out after a straight 30 minutes of me laughing and crying. I refused to go back to that park without a friend or family member with me. I'm going to upvote that. Ah, crap. I'll do that later. Wow. I really liked this one, and that parent with that cat, and that parent was an asshole. Whoa, alright, let's go. I have a Nintendo Switch. I will put my friend code into the description. I almost got my Switch stolen. Please forgive me, I'm on mobile, but I had to tell the story. I'm so pissed. Not fake. I live in a shitty part of Atlanta, so I usually go to the McDonald's on the better side of town. It happened to me during Super Bowl weekend, so it was packed. After waiting for an hour, I got my Big Mac and take out the Switch to play Super Smash Bros. As I'm eating and playing, I notice a little boy and girl looking. I ignore it. After a while, the mom comes up to me, and this is how the combo goes. And tell mother, hey, he's had a Nintendo Switch. Me, yes it is. And tell mother, give it to my kid. He's been doing good in school. I'm a single parent. Me, no. Entitled mother, he deserves it more than you. As soon as she says this, she grabs for my Switch and starts running, but no other than Jesse? I don't know. And what it was at the door waiting for her. He beat her up and killed her kids. Everyone cheered as Jesse and I Fortnite danced on the bodies of entitled mother and her children. Every once in a while, I feel his presence. One night, I was beating my meat, and I felt Jesse broke my balls, and I moaned. Spotlight, moonlight, yeah. I got a free blowjob from the employees as an apology. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, that was fucking funny. K, the kid, F1, her friend, F2, other friend, M, me. Tell me if this doesn't fit the rules. One day in 5th grade, I was waiting on the bus line. I was a band kid and had an alto sax. Anybody who's ever bought an instrument knows how fucking expensive those things are. So I was sitting down and the girl started kicking my case, saying that I had to move it over. I said no, because my backpack was already on my lap and I couldn't move my sax. She started kicking harder. This went down. Kid, move it. I have to sit down. Me, no, I can't move it. And it's like less than 5 minutes until the bus comes. Also, don't kick my case. My saxophone costs a lot of money, and I don't want to be responsible for that. Kid, don't lie about its price. Have you ever seen an instrument that costed over $100? No. Me, fine. I'll let you sit down if you hold my sax. She agrees. Bus arrives, and we get on. She gave it back, and I put it in the front because I didn't want to hold it in the seat. Her stop comes before mine, so this happened. Kid walks out of seat, which is in front of me. I look out, and she's just grabbing it. Me, stop. That sax was really expensive. Friend 1 and Friend 2 start yelling about how I didn't deserve it and that it was hers because I was too lazy to hold it myself. Keep in mind, I couldn't. I just ran up and tried to grab it from her hands as she was walking out. She started yelling at me, too. The bus driver was getting up and grabbing it to help me, and we got it out of her hands. Then her mom ran out and yelled at us too. I was already running back to my seat with my sax, not wanting to drop it. She didn't get on the bus the next day, or ever again. Yeetus the fetus from her mother's clitoris. Facepalm. Fetus deleted. Alright, let's read this one. Okay. The entitled parent that wanted a phone for a kid. When I was 8, I lived in an apartment with the buildings being connected through a courtyard. Basically, I was playing the phone my mom still had for mobile games, and one of my neighbors with a 4-year-old named Erica wanted the iPhone 4 I was playing on. It's just an iPhone 4. The entitled mother wanted me to give her daughter the phone because she wanted to play the games on it. I said, this is my mom's, and she wouldn't let her have it. The entitled mother got mad and said that if her daughter can't play it, then I shouldn't be playing it outside. I told her it was too hot to be inside and I was keeping the volume low. So why can't I play it if your daughter wants it? So why can't I play it if your daughter wants it? Then she tried to take it from me and I said, Erica, your mom is trying to steal. She walked away with her face as red as a beet covered in tomato soup. Erica asked me if she could play a level if she couldn't have the phone, and I let her. The point is, I'm not going to let you take the phone. I'll let you borrow it for a bit. Also, that's not how you spell borrow. It's B-O-R-R-O-W.